know. It's been a while since I've been live. Probably at least 30 days, maybe even longer, maybe 45. The house has completely been destroyed. We are redoing everything all around the whole entire house. Not my idea, but this is my life. Um, Kids went back to school, started some dance classes and karate classes. That all has kept me pretty busy, so I apologize for not being around. Hopefully I'm back now to do this once a week show. I did miss a few key releases by Topps that we usually talk about. Well, I missed the Topps Chrome release, the Topps Chrome Light, the Topps Chrome Ben Baller, the Topps Finest Flashbacks, the Bowman Chrome sets, all were released. These are 5 sets that, and the 6th set is the Topps Pro Debut. All 6 sets, really awesome sets. Didn't get to talk to you about them much, but the good part is that, most of those sets, it was basically the same consistent rookies in all of them. The Bowman Chrome obviously is different. The Pro Debut is a little bit different. But it's too late now to talk about that. I will say this. If you're looking for cheap cards, the Pro Debut set is awesome because it comes with 4 rookie cards in it per hobby box. So if you're looking to get cheap packs of cards and still hit something that's pretty cool, the Pro Debut set I think is something that's very fun to open. Very fun rip. But today I want to talk about 2 things. The first part of today's show is Topps Update. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video than my normal videos. The Topps Update set is coming out October 19th. And it's set to be a really good set, I think. And then the second part of the show, I want to go dive back into Topps and what's happening with Topps and Fanatics. So those of you that want to tune out after Topps Update, that's fine. But we'll see what goes. So the Topps Update set looks like it's another set of like 330 cards, pretty much what they do every single year. And every single year, there's always a few guys in it that they couldn't get in the earlier sets. So Topps Series 1 comes out. We already know who all the base rookies are. Topps usually holds 1 guy back or 2 guys back for Topps Series 2, like they did this year with Cabron Hayes. And then the guys that come out, get called up or whatever in April and May, Topps can usually add those guys to the Topps Update set. Once June happens, they usually have to wait till next year. And that's what happened with Wander Franco. I would have loved to have Wander Franco this year, but he just got caught up way too late. And even though he still may win Rookie of the Year, right? I mean, like the guy who was on base 45 times in a row, but people are saying, no, it's not his to be won. But he's going to be a monster. So Topps 2022 Series 1 set, he will definitely be in that set. And that will be a huge player to go after all year next year. But for now, we have 2021 Topps Update to look at. And who is our rookie cards in there? There's 4 guys that I look at. Vaughn is one of them. Badu is another one. And then we have Jonathan India and Kelenic. And of those 4 guys, the guy I'm actually most excited about is Kelenic. Because Kelenic is like 20 years old. When he got called up earlier in the season, they put him at the starting first at bat. They are huge behind this guy's swing. So if he can start hitting like they expect him to hit, which is basically like Juan Soto type hitter. Now remember, Juan Soto's rookie cards, he's got Topps Chrome Update, and he's got Topps Heritage, I believe, and he's got Topps Update. Topps Chrome Update, Topps Update, and Topps Heritage. That's big. Like, that's not many at all. So if Kelenic turns it around, and next year we're looking at him like, wow, look at this guy play, and gets Rookie of the Year or something, dude, that card is going to skyrocket, okay? So right now the set's going to come out. It's about $110 per hobby box. The case is worth like $1,300 right now, which I want to say is a little bit cheaper than last year's cases. But I think those cases may actually drop a little bit before they go back up. Can't guarantee it. I'm taking a guess. I think that when the Topps Update sets come out, I think people are going to buy it a little bit. The main collectors, as you will, are buying it. But I think a lot of people right now are not sold on Kelenic, so they're kind of waving it off. And they're saying, Jonathan India, I'm not going to chase the set after Jonathan India. And you're not going to see a huge push for the Topps Update set. I think that could change very much next year. So this is a set I think highly on. I think everybody should go out and get at least 1 or 2 hobby boxes of and try to make a complete set out of. I think we'll all be turning back to this. Not like 2018, but maybe more like 2017 Topps update where you have some really good rookies in there, and then it goes just up in value. So it's not 2018 good. I think it's much better than 2020 though, and we'll see how that changes in a few years from now. So that's what I wanted to talk about Topps update. I also wanted to dive into this Fanatics discussion because I left off, about a month ago with this Fanatics discussion. And where were we? And where are we now? And how has it changed? So Topps since then has not really come out and talked about it. Panini has not really come out and talked about it. They keep working. Fanatics hasn't really done anything. People keep saying, okay, well, a few things have happened. One, Topps was supposed to be publicly, gone to public, for stocks. And that hasn't happened. And that's probably not going to happen now. Because that deal fell through because Fanatics took the MLB license and took the Player Association license. So we're going to see a lot of change here in the next year or two. One, next year, 2022 Topps is set in stone. We're going to have baseball cards next year with MLB logos, with player names. After 2022, Topps loses player names. Fanatics keeps player names. Topps keeps logo names. So technically, Fanatics can start making baseball cards with current players, with rookie players, but without logo names. Topps can't make current players. They could probably make Hall of Famers. They can make ex-players. They can make minor league players. They can make mascots, and they can make team logos and stuff like that. But Topps won't be able to make current players. That's big. That's pretty important. But what's also big is Fanatics can't make players with logos on them and team names on them. That's what everybody values in the trade market for the last 30 years. We always turn to our card and say, is there a Cub name on that logo? If there's not a Cub name on that logo, it loses value drastically. So what's going to happen to us? How are we going to deal with this? Is that going to happen? Or is Fanatics going to buy Topps? Or is Topps going to hold out and say, F you Fanatics, I'm not coming over to that side? We don't know. I was listening to a few other YouTube shows. I can't name them off the top of my head, but they had some really interesting insight. One of them was like, Fanatics doesn't need the local hobby market. Fanatics does not need, a third party like DACA World or Steel City. They don't need these guys. And the reason why is because they have their whole entire network already out there. They have all their own stores. They have their stores set up all across the country. They have a huge online presence. So they can easily mimic a lot of what Topps is doing already, okay, and sell it for, and get rid of the middleman to make a larger profit. So the reason why people believe that they were able to pay so much money for this is because they can get rid of that middleman. Now I'll tell you, if they don't get rid of that middleman, that means they have to deal with all these extra expenses. And I don't think the market that we live in wants them to get rid of that middleman. Because if they get rid of that middleman, it creates a lot more complicated fun for us. It could also increase, meaning the cards go up in cost as well, which won't be fun for anybody. So I'm sort of holding out hope that everybody finds a happy medium here, that maybe Topps and Fanatics works out a deal where they, Fanatics somehow leases an agreement to Topps for another 3 years, and then maybe Topps sort of slowly disintegrates or gets bought out, or something else happens. My personal dream is that Topps says, hey, listen, I need a lifetime license for Fanatics to make cards, and then you can make cards and I'll make cards, and Topps just says, F you, I'm going to, let you die on the stand without logos and team names. And that's what I would do, but I know they can't probably afford that. But Topps does have a nice background. They have, soccer right now going pretty big, and they're doing a whole lot of other stuff with the NFT, which I didn't dive into with the NFT stuff at all, but NFT is going to become real big with Topps probably by next year. So we have a whole year to figure this out. Hopefully the next time we have a more real update from one of these companies like Panini or Topps to tell us what's going on, to tell us how they're going to handle this transition. Because you got to figure 75 years in the business. They didn't last 75 years, by being rollovers. They did it by, walking all over the competition, if you will. So nobody here is going to play nice. They're going to all play, to win. And we're going to be real interesting to see which one wins. A lot of people are just saying, hey, Fanatics is going to just roll over Topps. And I'm one of those people that says, stop your bridges. It's Topps. They've been around a long time. They're not just going to roll over and die on you. So let's just see what happens. I'm a big Topps guy. Once 2022 ends, will I keep collecting? That's gonna be a wait and see period for me. I may decide to just start collecting vintage cards for a little while. It's kind of what I'm doing already, collecting a lot of vintage. But I've always had a dream of just having Topps solely across my wall, not even Bowman or anything else like that. So for me, it's just always been about the brand. It's part of my collecting is the brand. So to me, this changes my whole dynamic. Also, part of the reason why I didn't make another video podcast because there was some depression that set in. To be fair. All right. So anyway, back to it. Hopefully, be back here next week with another update. Hopefully, cracking open a nice Topps update box in 2 weeks from now or something like that, and showing you else what we got going on. Thanks, guys.